Franz, can we please get the Roadster?
Maybe next year. Roadster's dessert.
Franz, how about this year?
Dessert. We'll get to it.
Okay, what about this year, though?
Yeah, this is more important that it's dessert. We'll get to it.
A lot of us have referrals. We want our free Roadsters, please. Well, okay, we're not doing the Roadster, but what if we made the Model 3 look like the Roadster?
Does that mean I'm not getting my free Roadster?
Yeah, but it's only gonna cost like $50,000 now.
That's more than free.
Okay, but think about the income tax you're gonna have to pay when you win a free car that's actually worth like $200,000. It's actually cheaper when you think about it. I'd hate how right you are right now. So, thanks to a Tesla employee that apparently doesn't care about getting fired, we actually have our first really good look at Project Highland. Most people have analyzed this picture and deducted that it is likely not photoshopped, and I think it looks pretty believable. Again, there's still a chance that this is just someone's like heavily modified Model 3 or something, but considering it was under a blanket and we don't really see any other headlight design on, Alibaba that matches this, I'm pretty confident this is real, okay? So I believe it. I could be wrong, but especially seeing the side repeater camera that has that little indentation that goes into the doorway, the current Model 3 design does not do that. So if this is a fake, it's a very, very good fake, and it matches those covered up Model 3s we saw driving up earlier, but of course borrowing that headlight design from the Roadster. And it appears to be ditching the fog lamps as well, which some people might not be okay with, or maybe Tesla has found a way with this updated headlight design to kind of replace both the regular headlights and the fog lights simultaneously. But I gotta admit, it does look very fresh. It does appear to be a much more noticeable update, at least from the front, than a lot of people were anticipating. And obviously, this is not the best way for it to be revealed to us. It's kind of dirty, the lighting's bad, there's lots of bug guts all over it and everything. But my initial impressions were kind of like, whoa, okay, this is getting real. And then the more I looked at it, and maybe some of you will find this as Model 3 owner's bias, but I started to not like it as much because I look at the Roadster, which is obviously a beautiful vehicle, and then I look at this leaked photo and I'm like, something's just a little bit off. I don't know if it's the lack of like air tunnels on the side of the bumper, or maybe it's because there's a frunk line. The Roadster prototype doesn't have a frunk, so it just looks so clean and so minimal and so aerodynamic from the front, whereas this still has to have that frunk line, and maybe that's what's thrown me off a bit. It just feels a little bit more cheap looking than the Roadster, which it makes sense. It's like a fraction of the price of the Roadster. But the more I looked at it, the more I didn't love it compared to the current Model 3 design. But again, I have owner's bias. I love the look of my Model 3. We've been driving it a lot while we're up here visiting my family. So I'm just in love with the current Model 3 design, and this is probably just my subconscious trying to reaffirm, no, Drew, don't upgrade to the new Model 3. Don't do it. Honestly, considering how Tesla has refreshed their designs in the past, it's pretty likely that if there is a big update, both for the interior and exterior, that will likely come with a price increase as well. So that's one potential downside you might want to be careful of if you're holding out hope for this one. Some people were zooming into the interior claiming that they're seeing some kind of driver display, which I zoomed in on and I can't really see what they're referring to, but keep in mind this is still very much a prototype, and if we're trusting in the rumors, which Reuters appears to be validated now with this updated design, kind of alluding to the articles that they posted about Project Highland, we should still expect it not to launch until next quarter, primarily in China, which means we probably won't see it in the United States until the first quarter of 2024. So I don't think this is going to be unveiled in the next couple weeks. I hope I'm wrong though. I think it's honestly better when Tesla gets ahead of all of these leaks, and now that it's been unveiled and lots of people are talking about it, you might as well kind of showcase it, but Tesla likely wants to avoid Osborne effect. And they also have a ton of Model 3s in existing inventory right now, and they probably want to sell out of all of those guys before they introduce the refresh, because obviously just these leaked photos is probably already causing an Osborne effect. But the other big giveaway as to when Tesla is likely to start implementing these design upgrades is when Tesla shuts down the Model 3 assembly line for those upgrades for typically a couple of weeks. Back when Tesla refreshed the Model S and X, that's a very hard thing to keep quiet because there's lots of, factory workers that can spread spread word around quickly that, hey, the Tesla Model 3 line is going to be shut down for the next few weeks for upgrades, so that means a refresh is imminent. So I think we'll probably get news about that near the end of this year, and then we'll start to see it roll out at the beginning of 2024. Or maybe it's possible that Tesla will roll it out sooner than that if they realize that unveiling the updated Model 3 design in China is going to basically confirm that we're getting an updated design here in the US. But of course, Tesla will deny that till the cows come home. But overall, I'm going to reserve final judgment for the official unveil. I'm sure when Tesla showcases the real design with their high quality marketing videos and we see it on the website, it'll probably look a lot cooler than just someone who unveiled the tarp and showcased this really dirty, muddy, poorly lit environment. But yeah, it does feel like the lights just aren't as luxurious or futuristic feeling as the Roadster, but it's kind of going for that high-end feel. But I guess that's what the job of the Model 3 is, right? It's supposed to be perceived luxury with not that crazy pricing. And honestly, maybe having a refreshed Model 3 that has, I don't know, a rear display for the backseat passengers, or maybe a driver display if those rumors do end up being true, or even a larger display and all that. This could be perfect to prevent the overall Osborning of the Model 3 going on, since a lot of people are waiting for the Tesla Compact to get unveiled, maybe at some point next year, and everyone thinks, oh, $25,000 car is coming. Well, instead, start making a really desirable, really modern, really fresh looking Model 3 at $40,000 or $50,000, and then more people will get in line to buy that and not be so distracted by the $25,000 car coming around the corner. But personally, I don't think the $25,000 car is gonna be in the United States for a long time. Giga Mexico, I believe, is going to focus on the Latin America market, and Giga Shanghai is gonna cater to, of course, China, Asia, and then exporting the Compact to Australia and Europe, and Giga Berlin will probably get it before we do as well. So it's just that compacts aren't super popular in the United States, but even so, that perception that there might be a cheaper car around the corner can affect present day sales. So giving the Model 3 a bunch of love and attention, which it absolutely deserves, that gets me excited, and I can't wait to see what other design changes they bring to this thing. Like maybe make it a hatchback, or is this gonna kill off sales of the Model S just a bit too much? Let me know your predictions down in the comments below, and thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos, and thanks again. Have an excellent rest of your day.